Folks, it is officially the halfway mark of 2025, and so tonight I am bringing you my top 10 horror films of the year thus far. Make sure to let me know in the comment section what your top 10 is looking like, and let's see if my list hits any of the ones that are on your list. Stay tuned, folks. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Like I said, tonight we are talking the top 10 horror films of 2025 thus far. Make sure you're letting me know in the comment section what has hit your top 10 of the year. And again, if I've missed something, you let me know what I got to still check out before the year is done. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that follow button no matter where you are watching. I got a lot of great horror content up on the channel, and we got reviews coming up for Megan 2.0, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Dexter Resurrection. And of course, as I'm going through this list, I'll have links for reviews for all these for y'all to check out if you want my expanded thoughts on that. But we're not going to waste any time. Let's get right on into it here with number 10, Companion. Folks, Sophie Thatcher has been absolutely killing it in the horror game over the years, and Companion gives her another starring role to truly cement herself as one of the best new faces in the horror genre. But not to be outdone, Jack Quaid also gets to turn in another fantastic villainous performance, and it's refreshing because we get to see him play so many good guys, but he has only a handful of roles where he gets to turn in that evil turn, and he's so good at it. Great chemistry here between our leads, and a story of an AI robot that just wants to love her owner, who has taken her into a plan involving murder and mayhem and money. Folks, make no mistake, while this might lean more towards a black comedy, there is enough gore and really intricate kills in this one to keep you entertained on this. You can catch Companion right now on Max. Coming in at number 9 is Heart Eyes. Now, folks, a Valentine's Day slasher was already going to be enough to keep me interested, but what's actually shocking here is that this is one of the best romantic comedies that we have received in years. Here in 2025, we don't get a lot of theatrical romantic comedies that end up actually being really good. And while Heart Eyes definitely brings the gore, and it brings some inventive kills and some really good jokes about Hobbs and Shaw, it also surprisingly has a really good comedic sense to it, and the fact that stars Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding have fantastic chemistry that you absolutely want to see them get together by the end of the film. This was my biggest surprise, honestly, of the year. I didn't expect to like this one as much as I did, but hey, when you get Joss Rubin and Christopher Landon together, you are gonna make some magic, clearly. You can check Hard Eyes out right now on Netflix. Coming in at number 8 is Drop. Harkening back to the thrillers of the mid to late 90s, Megan Fahey and Brendan Skellner star as a couple on a blind date that find out that she's receiving threatening text messages telling her to kill her date or they'll kill her son. Folks, this one will keep you on the edge of your seats. And not only that, Jeffrey Meeks, who plays their waiter Matt, puts in the most hilarious performance of the year so far. This one's going to keep you guessing on who's behind everything up until the very end of the film, but it is so much fun to see these kind of throwbacks to films like Breakdown that I absolutely am in love with from, again, the 90s. Coming in at number 7 is Predator: Killer of Killers. We all know the Predator franchise has seen ups and downs over the last few decades, with many believing that Prey and the original film are the highlights here. But Dan Trachtenberg, who has very much been guiding this Predator journey for the last few years, and seemingly for the next few years as well, charts out an anthology story that actually gives a lot of us what we've been wanting to see for the longest time. The Predator matched up in different times against some of the greatest warriors, whether it's World War II, whether it's Vikings, or whether it's ninjas and samurais. This is the best way to see the Predator go against our best warriors here on Earth. You can check out Predator: Killer of Killers right now on Hulu. Coming in at number 6 is Opus. Now, last year, Smile 2 and Trap brought us two thrillers involving singers who get wrapped up in a murderous conspiracy, whether supernatural or not. And John Malkovich's Alfred Moretti is a pop superstar making his long-awaited return, but decides to invite the same media that has caused him and countless other artists problems to his compound to ultimately enact his revenge. Now, the Bears Ayo Edebiri stars as one of the writers brought here to investigate Moretti and his machinations. And folks, if you saw 2024's Blink Twice, you'll have a bit of an idea here of what Opus is truly all about. There is some fantastic music in this that Malkovich actually sings, and on top of that, folks, it gets quite brutal once we get to the third act of this one. You do not want to miss it. Coming in at number 5 is 28 Years Later. Folks, it has been a long time to get us the follow-up to the very popular 28 Days Later franchise, and the people behind the original film, Danny Boyle, Alex Garland, and Cillian Murphy, are back behind the scenes here to give us the long-awaited follow-up, which again features the enraged, infected monsters that now roam the UK as it has been quarantined from the rest of the world, and we get a surprisingly emotional coming-of-age story starring newcomer Alfie Williams, who absolutely will put you on your ass here with how good he is. This is a very emotional film that you likely didn't expect here from this franchise. And again, while we still get all the rage-infected action that you're probably wanting, this actually ends up being a quiet, somber tale that really is different from what we've seen in this franchise before. You can check this one out in theaters right now, and don't forget, the next film here, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, hits theaters in January 2026. Coming in at number 4 is Dangerous Animals. Now, we have no shortage of shark attack films that have been out over the years at this point. Obviously, the most famous one of all time, Jaws, is celebrating a huge anniversary this year. But folks, this is the first time that we've seen a serial killer using sharks to kill his victims. Jai Courtney gets to play the murderous captain that is picking up young women and tossing them out into the ocean. And folks, if you have seen and followed Courtney's career, he has finally found his niche, playing these greasy, terrible, grimy men who are the worst of the worst. He excels at that. That is absolutely a compliment. And Courtney might actually be the villain of the year so far. I have not seen a better villainous performance just yet. And while it's a little light on the shark attack action, the chase scenes in this one are going to have you squeezing your chair up until the very end. You can catch Dangerous Animals in theaters right now, and it'll be hitting Shudder in just a few weeks. Coming in at number 3 is Bring Her Back. The Philippou brothers follow up to the fantastic Talk to Me takes a different turn here with a foster mom bringing in 2 kids only to use them for her own insane desires to bring back her own child. This one is not for the faint of heart. If you saw Talk to Me, you've seen the kind of brutality and gore that the Philippou brothers have brought out here in their films, and Bring Her Back actually takes it up a notch with some of the most memorable and disgusting scenes I have seen in quite a while, y'all. This one is very much gonna leave you affected, and you will probably not look at a cantaloupe the same way. Sally Hawkins puts in a tremendous performance here that will leave you heartbroken by the time the credits are rolling here. Bring Her Back is in theaters right now. Coming in at number 2 is Presence. Now, this is a very unconventional horror film, as we have seen numerous films about ghost hauntings in a family's home before, whether that be told through a series of cameras a la Paranormal Activity, or if we're looking at something like The Haunting or House on Haunted Hill, whatever. But what makes Presence so unique here is that everything is coming from the point of view of the ghost that is haunting this family's new home. Now, like some of the other entries here on this list, this is a very emotional tale. And folks, I dare you not to shed tears yourself by the time the end of the movie rolls around here. Again, very much light on scares, but it packs an emotional punch that will not be easy to get over here. You can catch Presence right now on Hulu. And in the number one spot, y'all should absolutely know what's going on here. It is the only movie that I have seen 3 times in theaters in the last, I think, 2 decades. And y'all, if it does get a re-release in IMAX this fall, you can better believe I'm gonna put some more numbers on that one as well, too. It is the unquestioned best film of 2025. I want to see if there's something better coming out. I am talking, of course, about Sinners. Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan put together a fantastic film about twins that open up a juke joint in the South. But it turns out that the Klan is not the only thing you have to worry about when vampires show up to take it over. Folks, this is undoubtedly one of the best vampire films and possibly the best vampire film that I've ever seen, but it's so much deeper than that. It has a tremendous cast where everybody is on their A game, putting in award-winning, which I hope it's award-winning performances here. I am hoping and praying that people remember this when award season comes around early next year, because this absolutely needs to be in contention for Best Picture across the board. It is a career high for Coogler and Jordan, and again, I cannot wait to see what they got cooking up next here. Sinners, believe it or not, is hitting Max next week. Do not miss it. The soundtrack will change your life. And there it is, folks. That is my top 10 of 2025 so far. Again, I want to know in the comments section what your top 10 was, and if there's something here that I've missed out on that you think I need to go and check out. I know one of the big ones y'all want me to go see is The Ugly Stepsister, and I'm really, really gonna have to work myself up to go and see that one. But let me know in the comments section, and of course, get subscribed to my link tree at linktr.ee/T-Scary-Movie. If you get subscribed, that'll give you access to the YouTube page for the video versions of the show, your favorite podcasting platforms, the audio-only versions of the show, my Letterboxd page for written reviews and movie rankings throughout the year, my TikTok page for short horror content including movie news, movie premieres, and movie reviews, to my Twitch page for horror gaming, and my Fangoria shop page where you can enjoy a 20% discount off anything in the Fangoria shop. Take advantage of that, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. I got a lot of great content coming out, including part 2 of my interview with Tony Wash and Meredith Tamillo, the co-creators of the first ever horror trivia game show, Better Luck Than Chuck. And then again, we're also going to be talking The Ritual. We got Dexter Resurrection, I Know What You Did Last Summer. So much great stuff coming out. I do not want y'all to miss that. But that's going to do it for me here tonight. I appreciate you tuning in. My name is T. We've been talking scary movies. Stay scared.